Welcome to the lineup live here on Rumble, weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. It's a collective of like-minded on some issues, differently minded on some other issues, freedom-minded, though, across the board creators, and you don't need to change that dial. We were just talking about True Classics coming on as a sponsor in the new year, so that's what I've been wearing, and they're extra large underwear. The waist is a little bit large, and the size large cut off circulation the other day when I was doing the show. So I gave the used underwear to Gerald. Hey, we have a lot to talk about today. It's gyno-centric. Let me know in the comments what I'm supposed to say. 40% of women want to leave the United States. Not the men, just the women. Are you sure about that, 19th? And body positivity. Remember fat pride? That was a thing. All bodies are beautiful. Well, that actually kind of disappeared. It's dead now because Ozempic came along. We'll give you some before and afters as well as some statistics. And look, the elephant in the room is that I'm paid by Mossad or, somebody to do this silly horse crap you see on the show, according to Candace. So we'll respond to that, Candace Owens, a little bit later and have some fun with it. The invite is always open to hash it out and discuss our ideas. On with the show.
Firestein. 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 Firestein.
He's homeless. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid who's going with this girl who saw Josh getting his house repossessed last night. Guess it's pretty serious.
Thank you, Stephen.
No problem whatsoever.
Call the pros at American Financing today at 1-800-974-6500 or visit americanfinancing.net/Crowder. NMLS 182334. If you start today, you may even delay up to 2 mortgage payments.
Morgan.
Well, hello there. Let me raise your Christmas spirits. Is Delilah still alive?
I don't know.
Delilah.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, it was fun.
No,
I thought you
it
meant
wasn't.
like, hey, Delilah.
Then you find out she had like 19 divorces and kids chained up in the basement or something.
Well, that's how you know how to give advice.
That's just a joke. Don't do. There's a lot of there are a lot of lawsuits for slander and
Stop it.
libel going around. Oh, by the way, I'll be on Piers Morgan later today. What's funny is I pre-taped it yesterday. I don't think I'm letting the cat out of the bag, and it's more relevant today than ever. So we'll get to that and more. And let me ask you this question of the day: how deep do you think I am into the deep state? And has the deep state penetrated me, or do I penetrate them? I prefer to be the penetrator than the penetratee.
Nice. It's a mutual relationship.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Either way, the captain's not wearing his hat. Captain Morgan, how are you, sir?
I'm better than you or the deep state, apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
how you feeling?
Deep state.
Jeez.
I'll get to mine, Gerald. You're not feeling that well. The only one in good health, actually, is going to be in Springfield, Missouri, Springfield Comedy Club, Saturday, December 20th. Go see it. Go raise your Christmas spirits, Mr. Josh Firestein. How are you?
I am excellent.
Good?
In my shrunken flannel.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Flannel
button
is the
anymore.
worst. It always shrinks.
I've been losing weight, and so have my shirts.
Well, that's because they're following the leader.
I was.
Yeah. That means
Shirts.
your shirts respect you. That's what I think it means. They respect a firm but diligent hand. Hey, if you needed reason number 4,693, we're keeping count generally, as to why women should not travel abroad to, I would say, a very specific subset of countries alone. Well, here's one Kiwi who found out the soft way.
No, definitely not. No.
Have
you seen my wiener?
But look at it.
Has that ever
Start
worked?
of the day, my morning
For him,
actually
probably.
started very peacefully. It was my 4th day in my Sri Lanka road trip. I had a lovely sunrise swim and I spent a few hours at the beach. As always, I met lots of kind locals along the way on the journey. Some even helped me at the petrol station when my fuel gauge wasn't working properly. But soon after, my mood changed. There was a man driving a scooter in
For
front
those
of me
listening on
who
audio, he
continually
does
slowed down
take it
as I
out.
went to pass him, and then he would speed up and pass me again. It kept going on and on and on. The first time I smiled at him,
I love how he's
after
acting
that, I kept
nonchalant.
ignoring him.
He's smiling,
But he's very happy. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen.
Got off his scooter and came to talk to me.
He's very chill.
Come on, don't chicken out.
But he seemed friendly, so
Do
he
it.
tried to talk to me. But then it quickly
She
turned
wants it.
uncomfortable and he asked where I was staying.
Look at
and I
it.
knew where
There
he was
it is.
going.
Tandoori,
I wish I had
look at it.
reacted more
Look,
firmly,
here you
but
go.
I was just in shock. I could not believe he asked me that question, and after I said no, he still had the audacity to expose himself to me like that. I can't believe it happened. It's such a beautiful place with really kind people, and then something like that happens. Now I'm going to be on edge for the rest of the trip.
Yes, you'll be on edge. I'll be on edge for the rest of the trip. By the way, has that ever worked? An unsolicited wiener picture,
Well, maybe-
let alone just in person. And you know this guy was just waiting for it. Everything was a setup. He's like, oh, yes, I think the bathroom is that way, and maybe over there. Hi!
It's definitely worked for that guy before.
It definitely has.
Somebody's definitely been like, no, I don't want to have sex with you.
Right.
And then he goes, what about now? And
they're
she
like,
goes, oh,
Ah.
that's not EG at all.
I'll have to rethink my priorities.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's worked.
I said I didn't want to have sex, but now I see you shriveled oven-like wiener.
It's not the first time he's done it, too.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
He even knows it's wrong, too, because you see at one point, before he pulls it out, he does this move.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He looks behind him like, I hope nobody is watching.
Which, by the way, is not a cautious lookout. Like, it
No.
requires when you're about to commit a major sex offense,
Yeah.
a little bit more than this.
Yeah. Well, he's been driving on the road. He knows.
Yeah.
Do you think
He
his
knows where he
buddies
is.
are like putting him up to it? Like, no, when she sees it, she'll want it. You got to do it.
No, they
love
all
this.
believe it. They all believe it. And women, you can comment below. Let me know. I know on dating apps and stuff, you'll get a lot of these pictures sent to you that you don't want, right? And I just can't imagine that's ever worked. Like, you don't. This is the problem, right? Those guys are thinking, hey, I'm sending this lady what I would like to see. If you were to send those pictures, the men would be thrilled. I'm just telling you. Even if they're a moral
dick?
man, like, come on, you know what I'm saying. But in some cases,
Oh, her dick
yeah,
is
in
so
in some
nice.
cases, if you were to send a nude picture, they'd be thrilled. So they're sending you what they would like. It's
Right.
like you with your college degree or your job qualifications. When you tell a man about them, we don't care. We don't want it. Does that make sense? Can you understand it now? By the way, the man was later arrested by Sri Lankan police, and she had the unfortunate task of having to pick him out of a lineup. Oh, come on now.
It's a tough one.
Whoa, guy on the left is gifted.
Well, he's been doing the
Jeez.
yoga. He's been wrapping it around a bow
Rapping.
staff.
Yeah.
Oh, Moses there. Good
Because
Lord.
it brings you closer to God.
You're gonna die.
Tell me again how all cultures are created
Yes.
equal. One says, love your neighbor. The other says, put your dick on a bow staff and roll it.
Yeah.
Well, that guy-
roll it.
That guy's just hoping for some karma. He's hoping somebody will show him something.
Yes, exactly right. What goes around comes around. Now it's your turn.
He's just trying to eat, pray, rape his way. Sorry. It's a different culture than India. Very close. Derivative.
By the way, in 2024, Sri Lanka was rated the #1 destination in the world for solo female travelers by Time Out. And here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, not only are there obviously a much higher number of sex offenses committed in places like India, places like Pakistan, places like Sri Lanka, but you have no recourse. So I was trying to do some research. We were on the sexual assault statistics. You can't really find them because if a woman comes forward in Sri Lanka, #1 destination, by the way, if you come forward and you've been raped, they actually have the right to investigate your sexual past. And they actually use a method of testing. They've gone through the scientific method called the two-finger rule, which is an official will, and forgive me, I'm not trying to be crude, try and insert 2 fingers into your nether region. And if they can, it means you're too loose and you've had a lot of sex. Therefore, you, in fact, are not a victim of rape, which also tells us a good idea about their penile size in that country, because every woman alive, I would have 2. This is not very generous.
Unless they're big sausage fingered people.
They're not being tested by Hathor.
I've seen them wave those fingers. Those things are long and slim.
Okay. Well, if they have Marius Pudanowski on staff, you'd have a point. Otherwise, if it's that little Sri Lankan guy, it's like, no, it's your fault.
Also, I'm pretty sure this guy is the editor of Time Out magazine.
Please come to Sri Lanka.
The story here is that it was a surprise. You shouldn't be traveling alone as a woman. Why, are you saying that I can't? Yes. I'm saying that you need to be protected by a man in these countries where they don't respect the rights that you think you're entitled to in the Western world, in the modern world. You shouldn't travel alone. I don't care what kind of a spiritual quest you're on, and you could be raped and have no recourse. That's a very distinct reality. This is the problem that we have now is Western privileged people, largely women, are blissfully unaware of how women live across the globe. This woman, she was surprised. That's the story to me.
Got a little spoiled.
Yes, exactly. When he reaps the spoils.
Well,
that list too. That list by Time Out that said it was the #1 destination for solo female travelers.
Yeah.
It started with like, it's beautiful and the people are nice.
Right.
And then you go down the list and #4 is Japan. And the first thing it says, safest place in the world.
Right, yeah.
Like, why is it #4 then?
Yeah, exactly. You would think it's...
Well, I mean, it's safe, but what it doesn't have is beauty.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it has...
Trash-filled rivers.
I would still take that over the rape. Over the rape, over the rape. Like, this is their mating call. It's just like, oh, that's all they do. They have no game.
No, but their non-bred is...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why we need to import as many of them as possible because of the food. I don't want our country to look like any of these countries. No. Change my mind. Let's go to the next story because it ties into this. Gallup now just found that 40%, that's not me misspeaking, that's not a typo, check the references, we make them available for every single show. 40% of young American women want to leave the United States permanently. Guess why?
Fresh new data shows 1 in 5 Americans would like to leave the country permanently. That's according to a new Gallup survey. And younger women are behind that spike. 2 in 5 women, in fact, from the ages of 15 to 44 now say they want to leave the U.S. for good. That's 4 times as many from 2014 when just 1 in 10 wanted to live abroad.
Now, in stark contrast, only 19% of men want to leave. And there's a plus or minus 19% to account for pussies. So, and why do you think it is, right? Because women are so mistreated in the West, as opposed to Sri Lanka, that they feel like they're in a prison of the patriarchy's making. So take it from this lady with a following, this TikTok user, Femidana, who broke it down for all you dumb men out there who don't understand just how bad it is in the West.
I don't know if I want to be in America anymore. I mean, between the misogyny, the racism,
the wall,
taking away protections that would have helped women keep their jobs, it just doesn't really make sense for any of us right now. Our men, they're driving the women away. So if you're a man and you're watching this and you're getting ready to type something really horrible to me, I mean, yeah, I expect that. But
you're being illogical?
If you're actually listening, I don't know. Maybe back off some of that manosphere stuff. Back off some of that red pill content and start listening to women and seeing what you can do to find a partner that is your equal, that is your lover, that is your biggest supporter, and not someone that you treat like an adversary, a hostage, or prisoner.
Do you mean a perfect partner? Do you mean like you? Look, if you want to go, then go.
Move, leave USA, leave USA, leave USA, move. Leave USA, leave USA, leave USA.
But I'll see you on the beach.
Yeah, I think that's clear enough. By the way, download the Rumble app. That's the best way to follow. I'm not on TikTok. I've been banned. So you can follow me on the Rumble app, download it, and you'll know when we are live, which is 11 a.m. Every weekday. And then we do some special streams and special uploads. The top destinations for these women leaving the United States because of the patriarchal prison.
Right. Where do they go for freedom?
Canada with 11%. Just don't protest the government. They might freeze your bank accounts. Don't expect to have the freedom to bank, to own a firearm, to protect your house, to protect your children. Leave the keys by the front door so the robbers just take your car, and make sure that you do as daddy government says.
And make sure not to go to Quebec.
Right.
Unless you do speak French.
Well, those who landed in French Canada weren't prepared for the sheer violence they were about to witness.
Pancho.
Hey, arrêtez. Non, arrêtez.
Non, c'est pas l'intention de me faire.
Non. Attention.
It's still one of my favorite clips. For those who speak French, comment below. It's even funnier if you know what they're saying. And the guy
What did they
falls
say?
on a decline. So the inertia, the momentum. I mean, it's like a whip, and he sounds like when a Disney character gets hit in the nuts.
Yeah.
Just he's saying, come on. The guy goes, eat shit. And he goes, here, hold the microphone. The guy's like, well, what? Hold the what? And the guy's like, no. He's like, come on, you old bastard. He goes, I have no intention of fighting. And he's like, come on, come and take it. And then he swings and,
Who's the one that says eat shit? Is it the one who ate shit?
no, it's the other one.
Oh, okay.
That's what gets him fired up.
Okay.
Two old men in French Canada. That represents half of my family.
So yeah.
Where did the feminists go outside of Canada? The next top countries. Well, these angry feminists disgusted with the West and the United States. New Zealand. 5% of them want to go to New Zealand. 5% want to go to Italy. And then 5% to Japan. Japan? We actually have obtained exclusive video of said arrivals.
Down with the patriarchy!
Oh no! It is a feminist here! Go to talk my patriarchy! Not okay! I run for right! I don't my family! Don't destroy Japan!
Were they in the building?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. They're rubble.
And here's what the polling shows. Only 40% of women have confidence in our country's institutions. Contrast that with 53% of men, which is funny because these women are going to schools where in grade school, you very likely or very possibly can go your entire grade school tenure without ever having a male teacher. In high school, I don't know what it was for you. For me, I'd say less than 20% of my teachers were males. So they're being taught by female teachers, female professors to pursue new endeavors, modern, progressive endeavors, and abandon this idea of becoming a mom and a wife and a family. And they don't trust. Women don't trust the institutions that have been feminized by their request. Think about that. And that brings us
It makes sense. I mean, women don't trust other women.
That's true. She's like, listen to women.
I mean, it
you
makes
first.
sense, yeah.
Women don't listen to other women very often. Why? Because you guys, it's just constant backstabbing. Not all, but most. Now, this brings us to marriage. High school senior girls now are much less likely to want to get married than in the past. So girls now, only 61% want to get married. 74% of men want to get married. So more young men want to get married. Girls in 93, 83% of them wanted to get married, whereas boys, 76%. So boys have stayed remarkably stable, right? About 3/4 want to get married. All the way from 93 to today. Women have dropped 20 points. And then they don't trust the institutions. Well, when can you start putting two and two together? The institutions have led you astray. The institutions have done you a disservice and you're less happy. Well, what are they telling you? What are public schools telling you? What are your studies in university telling you? You're pursuing everything they've told you would bring you a fulfilled life. Mm-hmm. So what do we need to do with the institutions? And their solution is more feminism, more leftism. Now, who's to blame for this? Good news is we have some data. Here's a new AEI survey. College-educated women are more likely to say that no one meets their standards, meaning as far as members of the opposite sex. Women, it's 45% of them.
Wow.
College-educated women say, there's no man who meets my standards. Almost half. Men, it's about a third. Think about that for a second. And we've talked about this. The obesity rates are higher in women. The mental health issues are much higher in women. And they have much higher unrealistic standards. And then they blame the institutions. They blame men. Men still want to get married. They just don't want to get married to the women they see before them. This can't be fixed unless women fix it. Let me give you an example here. This is, I think it's been going pretty viral. I don't know if we've cited it before. This woman's 18-point list of requirements on Hinge. Okay?
Swipe
Starts
left.
with, loves me deeply and puts me first. Financially successful, $300,000 minimum salary. Right away, those two are self-negating. Before we get to anything, do you understand? Oh, $300,000 salary? But he has to put you first. Do you have any idea how rare it is for someone to actually make that? I know we think everyone does because of the movies. He's going to be having to devote a lot of time to his job, to his company, to his career. If you want a man who can achieve that, you'll have to support him. He's not going to be able to be rich, successful, driven, and exist to support you. In contrast, men don't care about your salary. They want that love and support. This does matter which side has more realistic expectations and which side has the same expectations that they've always had. What men want has not changed. What women want depends on the decade. So loves me, puts me first, financially successful, $300,000 salary, generous and spoils me, sophisticated and enjoys luxury, emotionally intelligent and confident, chivalrous and protective, ambitious and disciplined, family-oriented and well-connected. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
How do you fit those two in the same? Family-oriented but well-connected?
Well-connected to their family, maybe? Like
Maybe?
maybe it's like they are close with the aunts and uncles. I don't.
You go to networking groups?
Fit, attractive, and well-groomed. So a $300,000 salary puts you first, and also, a fitness model. You're less than 1 point of 1 percentage point at this point.
Also, that's a job.
Yeah.
A job that you do that makes you $300,000 a year plus.
Right.
And
Find
you have
the time.
and you have time to go to the gym.
Yep.
While also putting her before the gym and work.
Right, exactly.
Everything else.
Yep.
Okay.
What does he do if he gets a business call, he has scheduled some gym time, and you want to go out for dinner?
Or just go shopping.
Yeah,
get
or go
spoiled.
shopping. Or whatever
Spoiled, yeah,
other
spoiled thing.
silly horse you decide you want to put on his plate that day. Takes control and makes plans, but not too much if I don't really want to go eat there. Keeps his word and values trust. Supports my goals and my lifestyle.
Oh, boy.
With the $300,000, of course, the
But
padding.
what if he's making decisions?
Right.
That
Not
are
if it-
against, the decision have to be in line with your life.
No, the decisions have to be in line with supporting her lifestyle.
Yeah, she wants
it.
him to say,
Yeah.
here, go out with your girls and have fun
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah, go on a girls' trip to Milano, and I won't ask any questions.
Yeah, she wants him to take control in saying
Yeah.
yes, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prefers, fun, outgoing, and socially respected. Okay, so now you're applying the standards of others
Yes.
into this. Prefers privacy over social media validation, you say as you post this publicly.
Yes.
Loves
Yeah.
traveling and fine dining. Sexually disciplined and loyal means you can deny him sex for months on end and he's supposed to stick around. Handles pregnancy prevention. No hormones for me. What if he has a latex allergy?
Well, vasectomy, too, it seems like she's asking for.
Back to rabbit skins. Makes life easier. Maid, chef, etc.
What?
So eat into that $300,000,
Hold
but
on.
still enjoy all the luxuries.
She didn't describe a hard life to make easier. Like, I don't know how you make it easier because she's being spoiled. She's being prioritized. Everything is about her.
Yep.
What do you have to do?
I'd
other
like to
than be
know-
the chef and maid.
I'd like to know how she's living right now.
Not like that.
I'd like to know how she's living right now and how these are non-negotiable requirements. No. For me to get out of my studio apartment and to stop working my minimum wage job, I need a man to do everything. What the?
So she wants to date royalty.
If this man is fit,
Yeah.
socially respected, well-groomed, attractive, and makes $300,000 a year, you have to ask yourself, what do you bring to the table that he doesn't have without you? Because you're asking him to bring a lot to the table. What will you do to make his life better or easier? And I know this, women will say, that makes it transactional. And this 18-point list isn't? He wants to know. I've heard women say this too. Well, as far as laundry or cooking, if he was doing it while he was single, then he should still. I'm not his maid. Okay, then why would he sign on the dotted line with you? What's your duty to him? What is going to be reciprocated? And then you look at this, and men say they want to be married, unlike women. Figuratively, they just don't want to be married to this, what they see in front of them. And then women blame the institutions that have been feminized. Women blame the countries that have been liberalized. Women blame the men for being red-pilled. So I guess better luck in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, they'll say this and then go, why doesn't this man want me? Well, because he's afraid of messing up one day.
Right.
One day he doesn't spoil. One day he goes, you know what? Maybe fucking not.
Yeah. Yeah.
One day he has a bad day.
Yeah.
And she goes, well,
I bet the
You're
person
sleeping at
that
your
wrote
mother's.
this list is mid to late 30s.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
You want
That's a great
man,
point.
Probably
6
true.
foot and just $100,000 more. 6 foot, 6 figures. You will have to dote on him, wait on him hand and foot to make it worth his while. Just to be clear, because he doesn't need anybody. He is completely independent. You're going to have to bring a lot to the table. I'm just telling you pragmatically. Traditional gender roles, yep. So what, am I his mate? No, but he expects you to make the house better than if you're not there. My chef? No, but he expects probably a warm meal when he comes home. Otherwise, he can do takeout.
I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't like cooking.
I know.
We can cook together.
Yeah.
We can make things together. We have to have a chef.
Yeah. Chef, maid, so you're not going to clean, you're not going to cook, you're not going to handle the pregnancy prevention. Traveling, fine dining, I think that means book all of it. Okay. Fun, outgoing, socially respected means that he's obviously well-known. Luxury, supports your goals and what are your goals what are your goals?
Well, what is she bringing to the table? Lip filler? What else?
She's the prize. And I tell you what, I hope you don't end up on the poll because we have done a great job here of avoiding that. That's what like a lot of the super chats out there feel like. It's like, here you go, here's a bill, making it rain, but digitally. Instead, we do the opposite. It's time for reverse super chat. And the good folks at Crypto.com are giving back. So 50 free Rumble Premium subscriptions just gifted in the chat. Go to Crypto.com. Thank them. And President Trump just signed a deal with Crypto.com.
Yeah, Trump Media signed a deal with them to do an acquisition. They're acquiring up to $6.4 billion of the cryptocurrency CRO to launch America's first CRO treasury.
Yeah.
Right? So you can go over to Crypto.com, check out CRO today. If you want to buy it, we say, hey, be balanced.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I don't know a lot about, I know that Bitcoin and stable coins make sense as part of a diversified portfolio.
Exactly.
But if you want to do it and you want a place you can trust, Crypto.com, and send your pictures of the free subscription that you just got to Rumble Premium. Tag me on X or on Instagram. This has been You on the Poll Reverse Super Chat.
I love how it's them on the poll now. We've made our audience into strippers.
Well, speaking of them.
That's a big play by Trump Media Group, by the way. So
I know.
It's a good partnership.
I know.
I like this.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of them, they. You know who they is.
Who's they?
Well, I know them quite well.
Those people?
Because after hiding it for years, I need to complain. I've been outed. If you haven't heard the news about me, just watch this clip, and to my everlasting shame, you'll understand.
I had to learn at a very young age to read people. I think that's my superpower, actually. Just being able to look at someone and sense danger or sense deceit. And by the way, I should mention with Steven Crowder, I have never been a fan. He just always gave me the energy of a pathological liar. I trust my gut. I don't trust influencer campaigns. My gut started to tell me that they suddenly began panicking when I discovered the Egyptian planes. What? They did what we now term a pre-bunking, and then they send out like a full fleet against you to not even actually debunk you, but they're just so extreme in not debunking you.
Like using their gut?
They sent undercover operatives to sign up for my private book club that I kept on Tuesday. They took out a clip of that book club, from that book club, and accused me of accusing Erica of murdering her husband. I mean, they manufactured that claim out of thin air. And then they made it go viral. They sent it out to all the right people, Steven Crowder, right?
I got that
because
email.
I said he was betrayed by everyone. Obviously, what I meant was Erica Kirk murdered her husband. And this was all happening because I mentioned the Egyptian plane. I am certain. I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erica.
Okay. The Egyptian plane. I can spend a lot of time. No, Wichita, Kansas, by the way, is listed no less than 8 times as a destination on that spreadsheet for the plane SUBTT. It's an Egyptian-owned Dassault Falcon 7X. And just so you know, Wichita is like one of those primary, it's like a global hub in certified FAA service centers. And Dassault has had Wichita State University, a partnership with them since 2015. And this, what she just showed you would be very much in line with basic service, maintenance, repairs. And of course, Candace, with the initial story, missed the time of the flight of departure from Provo by about 6 hours, confused coordinated universal time with Utah time. So none of this spreadsheet does zero to substantiate Erica's whereabouts.
Nothing.
It just would look like any routine service record, maintenance record at this point. I don't know if she
And it says plus or minus 3 days.
Yeah, plus or minus 3 days.
For each one of those.
Which is very broad to take part in an assassination plot. Like you show up, you're like, what? He's not at the grassy? No, he was here 3 days ago.
Well, yeah. Whenever I stalk somebody, I always make sure to arrive 3 days later and ask about where they were.
It's give or take. You know, we're going to kill him around noonish.
Utah time.
Utah.
She does have a point, though. You know, not only that, of course, I've been paid to call her the C word. but a point with the boulevards.
What is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him a freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you.
She's too close to the target. She has a point when the government does a hit job and it's on the inside.
I knew something was fishy.
Look, here's the thing. I was extended an invitation to World War debate. It's an event in January. I accepted. As I understand it, Candace Owens declined $30,000. By the way, she can have mine. Make it $60,000 if she wants to do it. I'd be happy to sit down and have a conversation and debate where it's moderated. And if you want to open your books, we'll open our books too to see who's paid by what. Beyond that, we're not going to do the back and forth on social media. The invitation, Mrs. Owens, is always open. Yeah.
Steven?
Oh, jeez.
My office right now.
What? I swear, Sam, I'm in the middle of a show. Sam, I'm in the middle of a show.
Steven, I know the demands on your time are considerable, but I had to call you in here for a very serious disciplinary infraction. On the show a little bit ago, you called Candace Owens a
No, that was actually an either-or equation.
Be that as it may, this Meshuggah infraction is very serious, and I'm going to have to discipline you by reading you the Riot Act. Please read this manual here.
$7,000.
Stephen, I hope that you read this fully and think about
Got
what
it.
you're doing.
By the way, I've also been made aware that my appearance on Piers Morgan, we taped it yesterday, will air either Thursday or Friday.
yes.
And more relevant than ever, given this. But
Was there an envelope for me?
No, there wasn't one. You have to reach a certain threshold.
What envelope are you talking about?
I think he was talking about I collect stamps.
Yes.
I actually left an envelope for you in your office, Gerald.
Yeah.
You should open it alone.
Yeah. Ignore the powdered sugar.
Yeah.
And the pictures.
All right. World War debate, January. There, we can do it. Let's go on. Hey, do you guys remember this? What we're talking about this? Body positivity. Remember we've heard for years about fat pride? Like back when I was doing this on YouTube, like I'd say 2014 was when it was really at its peak. That's when we were at peak fat pride. We've been hearing for years.
Peak fat.
And I'll get to why it's dead now. Not to mention, not the least of which a lot of them are dead, actually dead. But it was a big thing, and the movement's dying. Take a guess as to why. We were told forever that women are beautiful, healthy, and sexy at any size.
Amy Schumer has become the target for a few fat shamers out there in 2016, and the comedian isn't backing down from her message. Schumer posed with a picture of an underwear model with a caption, "Too blessed to be stressed," that she doesn't appear to share the same physique with the woman on the poster.
I've never seen magazine covers and seen music videos and been like, I need to look like that if I want to be a success. Never. I don't want to be some skinny mini with my out.
I like my body and I actually don't want to look emaciated.
Some people are just naturally thin, and some people have a different body. And the fact that we don't just say across the board that no matter what you look like is okay is incredibly hard, especially for young artists.
Can we talk about that term? Because I think most Americans believe that term fat is a negative and they shouldn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I put it in the title of my book, to basically reclaim it and say, you know what, guys, like, I am fat.
The title of her book, by the way, is Moby Dick.
Won't be Dick for sure.
There are plenty of dudes chasing that.
What is that Moby Dick about? She ate a whale?
Jonah's just like, this bitch. No.
Can't call him fat. What are you supposed to call him? High calories?
Yeah. By the way, you notice there was never really a thing for men. It was like, you can be fat and you can be attractive as a man if you're wildly successful, either rich, funny, you're in the Guinness Book of World Records for piercings or something. You got to bring something to the table. Well, we've noticed a distinct trend here. A lot of fat celebrity women, they got their hands on Ozempic and some of these new weight loss drugs. And all of a sudden, body positivity, it's dead. The body positivity trend, it's gone. Fat pride is not a thing anymore. Let's bring up some before and afters. All references available. Lizzo. Let's do it then and now. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. And back then, she defiantly told People magazine, okay, we all know I'm fat. I know I'm fat. It doesn't bother me. I like being fat, and I'm beautiful, and I'm healthy. So can we move on? And by move on, she meant move on to Ozempic.
And slowly.
And lose the weight.
Glad she's finally moving somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. She was a ghostwriter for Tess Holliday's novel. Yeah, in this version, the white whale is black. Mindy Kaling. Where she was? Let's do then and now. Well, hey, hold on a second. Back then, she wrote, wear a bikini if you want to wear a bikini. You don't have to be a size 0. And I'm going to try and become a size 0 once I can get that in a pill.
Well, you should be comfortable in your body, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable in mine, but you look great like that.
Rules for thee, not for me. Kelly Clarkson. Let's go 2017 versus now.
Yeah, she's a pretty fat too, by the way.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she was.
The point is not that these women were fat. The point is they were all saying it's great to be fat, it's healthy. And the minute there was an instant lose weight solution, they jumped on it. Not diet, exercise, screw that. But that's patriarchy. That's societal pressure. Take an injection or a pill? Well, no. I've changed my mind on that.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
It was the minute they became healthy. They're like, ooh, this feels nice.
Feels nice.
I can breathe.
I don't need my CPAP.
Ooh.
My heart's not trying to kill me.
She wrote in Daily Mail, too skinny, too fat, too blonde, so much blah. This is who I am, and I'm happy. Happy looks different on everyone. Happy enough to take a drug to lose the weight that doesn't bother her. Demi Lovato, let's do 2019 versus now.
She needs to stop taking Ozempic now. Geez, she's starting to wither.
She wrote, this is my biggest fear. A photo of me in a bikini, unedited, about that big one back then. And guess what? It's cellulite. This is what I got. I want this new chapter in my life to be about being authentic to who I am rather than trying to meet someone else's standards. Ooh, unless it's a prescription. Nom, 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 nom.
Wait, I don't have to work?
Yeah.
Well, this just all was about being lazy.
That's what this is about. And this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Women don't want to get married. They want to leave. They'll tell you, go to Sri Lanka. I had a great time, even after they were sexually assaulted. The big difference between men and women. This is a very important difference. Women who know they're miserable. These women obviously weren't happy with their size. They were telling all other women. They were giving advice. It's fine. Be like me. Be your authentic self. When the second they could jump at the easy out to no longer be overweight, they took it. They were giving you advice, young women, to be as miserable as they were while telling you that they were happy. That's the problem. Ask a fat guy. He'll tell you, yeah, I got to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do gotta lose some weight. We're gonna get some of this Ozempic.
We could all use.
Oh, I'm not a rich celebrity that could just buy all of it. Okay.
Oh, we can get on the black market.
We'll do it.
Oh, nice.
Meghan Trainor.
I don't want black Ozempic.
Meghan Trainor. 2019 to now. It's the incredible disappearing woman.
Jeez.
She's not about that base.
Look at that. And body positivity was even in all about that bass lyrics. It's, I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell them skinny bitches that no, I'm just playing. I know you think you're fat, but I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top, except for the ones that the injections or pills shave off.
That's true. Those are bad inches.
And then this one is obviously very telling because she went from like cute, slim, young to land whale to now. Amy Schumer, 2015. Now, guys, you could have picked a much better pick. She was much more sizable than that. And she would get mad if anyone brought it up. She told Glamour back then, I have a belly and I have cellulite and I still deserve love. No one said you didn't deserve love.
Yeah.
Shut up. And to catch the old D and to not apologize. By the way, she doesn't want to apologize, but she did delete all of her fat pictures from Instagram.
Yeah, but
memory hold, all of it.
John Cena will never forget, though. He was in there.
Yeah.
Did she really say to catch the old D?
Yeah.
It's in there.
Do I know? Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, you are reading that
She
correctly.
wants to catch a penis?
Yes.
So she can go to Sri Lanka and that guy
Yeah,
he's probably still there.
You don't even need to catch them. It's like fishing with dynamite. You have to swat them away. No. Are you sure? Stop. I deserve to catch that D.
I mean, the D's are being thrown. You just got to work them hands.
Think about that.
Catch
She
that
was
jumping
considered for
fish
Barbie
in
at one point in that movie, I Feel Pretty. She's the leading sexy lady, and the equivalent male was John Cena. Think of what that man has to do to be considered attractive enough.
Wow.
Because no man will tell you, like, yeah, we're all of equal attractiveness. No, and these women were lying to you. Now, look, there are different body shapes and sizes. We get that. And of course, you deserve love. And of course, if you're a little bit bigger, or maybe you're a little bit thinner, you deserve love. The point is being healthy. And if you are healthy, if you take these steps, if you exercise properly, if you eat within the bounds of nutrition, I don't mean anything extreme. Eat good food when you're hungry and stop before you're entirely full. Watch your calories in, calories out. You will be within the bounds of health. And that could be a little bit bigger. That could be a few sizes bigger. It could be a few sizes smaller. That's not what we were talking about here. We were talking about entitled women who let themselves go, who put in no effort and fixed it with a pill or a subcutaneous injection. By the way, they've all come together for a new coming of age movie. So yeah, that's going to be...
silly little bitch.
All of these women. All of them. And these people were held out as a model, right? They were giving interviews and glamour on Megyn Kelly back then when she was doing that thing. She was on that side of the fence. Doing all these write-ups, all of these features. No. We need to change society. We need to let women know that we're happy, we're healthy, and the second they could get out of it, the lazy way, they did. The one exception, and so I respect this, Lena Dunham. Before and after is, go to the now. It's pretty much...
Oh, jeez.
Get that broad some Ozempic.
I don't think it's working.
Can I get any of that big pharma money? Ozempic. Not for me, but for her.
Ooh, Lena Yum Yum.
I'll just be a pusher for her. And she is preparing for her new role, however, in the upcoming Wizard of Oz redo.
Oh, yeah.
I, your wizard, Paradua ad Alta, am about to embark upon a hazardous and technically unexplainable journey into the outer stratosphere.
You know where that one was going.
By the way, I'm always amazed if anyone is still listening on audio, and I know a lot of you are truck drivers. You miss a lot.
Yeah.
It was worth the price of admission alone. And it's free, unless you're a Rumble Premium member, which, by the way, we don't get to do any of the free stuff, so I encourage you to please join Rumble Premium right there. Mug Club is Rumble Premium is Mug Club. None of this happens. No foreign dollars, no nonprofit dollars, no corporate overlords. I own everything you see here, this company, and you can try it for $9 a month, but you don't get the mug. You get everything ad-free and 100% more show. So these women, and this is important because I have a son and I have a daughter. And I often think about this when I look at the messages that they're going to be bombarded with. He is going to be bombarded with guilt through no fault of his own because he was born a white male. She is going to be bombarded with praise through no effort of her own because she is a woman. She's beautiful, she's brave, she's perfect the way that she is. He needs to check his privilege. Actually fill out a form checking his privilege. He needs to right the wrongs of the past. And the same applies to weight. Young men are not being hit with, you're healthy at any size. I would actually argue the body image issue is probably much more severe for men. If you look at the cover of men's magazines, these are bodies that occur nowhere in nature.
And no one looks at a fat woman and says, like a man doesn't look at a fat woman and go, I don't know if she could protect me.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point.
Women look at a fat man, they go, guy, no, he doesn't have endurance, doesn't take care of himself. I need a strong man to take care of me. That's not what we look at women and say.
Yeah. Well, the male fitness influencers will lie to young men about the anabolic steroids they're taking in order to try and portray themselves as working really, really hard. It's just hard work. It's just lifting heavy, eating right, and good sleep. And that's the standard that young men feel unrealistically they have to live up to. Women, and the female influencers, will lie to young women in doing nothing and living a life of slothfulness to convince them that, by the way, all of this is okay and we're just as healthy sitting on the couch. Two very, very different standards. Even if you look at our cartoons, think about like young women, whatever it is that they were watching, Barbie, they go, oh, the hip waist. Okay, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. He-Man? I mean, Ninja Turtle, what we watch, Superman? These are unrealistic portrayals of masculinity. And I would say that with women, what we've experienced recently is unhealthy portrayals of femininity. And the second these women, and these weren't just women who happened to be big, this was their cause. This was their raison d'etre. The second they were given an out that didn't take the work, boom, they took it. And they're going to gaslight you and try and memory hole it and just, well, or they'll say, well, I'm just doing this for me. The whole through line here is being happy in your own skin. Well, if you were happy in your own skin, you wouldn't have lost 60 pounds of it.
Yeah. By the way, it's such a double standard. I'm just thinking of the example of Alex Jones, right? So when Alex went through his transformation recently, where he just lost a ton of weight, was hitting the gym, he had videos of himself doing it. What was the critique that people gave him? You just took Ozempic.
Right.
That's literally the critique that people gave him, was like, oh, you just did it with Ozempic. You would never hear somebody just saying, oh, you just did it with Ozempic, generally speaking, to women who lose weight. Right. You would never go, oh, that doesn't. When all we're saying is, like, you guys were pushing it as it was healthy and fun and you were having your best life, and you're not being really honest with people. That's our problem with that. But you don't make that same thing. Why? It's because of the hard work. You don't want to admit there is hard work involved, and that's what it takes. And that's what Alex put in. And he had to put the videos out.
And if a man uploads it as inspiration, that's just narcissistic. A woman uploading a self-glamour picture, by the way, for validation when she's put in no work whatsoever, is the beauty of femininity.
It's power.
And imagine if young girls listen to this. Imagine if young girls listened to all these women then. How would they feel? Hey, how would they feel now? If you're a woman right now, comment below. Are you overweight? Did you feel like these were comrades in arms? Do you feel like they kind of hung you out to dry a little bit?
I would feel like they kept me complacent.
Yep.
That they gave me that confidence boost to be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm doing good. And I wake up one morning, I go, man, I really should lose some of this weight. I should go on a run. I should really eat a better breakfast. Well, you know what? I am all about that base.
Yeah.
You know what? I am beautiful, and this is healthy.
Right.
I mean, if Lizzo's healthy, I'm healthy. Yeah. Surely.
She was all about that bakery. And here's an example of how to do it well. And this took place before Ozempic. Lost 300 pounds. And again, I think deserves credit. Wow. It's a very inspirational story. And you know what? You could follow his lead. If he can do it, anyone can. Ethan Suplee, the actor who you've seen in a lot of films, My Name is Earl. And he was very open about it.
Ethan Suplee details his stunning body transformation. 2 decades after his breakthrough roles in Remember the Titans and Boy Meets World, the actor is now showing off a dramatically slimmer figure.
Jeez.
And you know what? I guarantee he'll tell you he has some loose skin because he lost so much weight. That's what we're talking about, is you can love your body now, despite its flaws. Scars, right? Sunspots, moles, maybe a birthmark. You have loose skin because you lost weight. Those are battle scars that show you put in the effort. You can only love your body if you have loved your body enough to take care of it, enough to be disciplined. And here's the thing. With a guy like that, you'll see it in every facet of his life. Ozempic doesn't build discipline. And so young women who didn't have a champion before, because misery loves company, and they were being given horrible advice, they still don't have one now because these women aren't championing discipline and what it takes to lose weight, which it has always taken since the beginning of time up until a few years ago. And this isn't me being anti-Ozempic, by the way. I think we're waiting for some data to come in, but overall, if you can lose billions of pounds in this country, that would probably reduce the burden on our healthcare system.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to shame people for using it.
No, absolutely not.
Because that is a problem, that you'll look at a guy who uses Ozempic and you go, well, he cheated. He's kind of a puss. He didn't do it the right way.
Right.
And yeah, sure, he cheated a little bit, but I imagine it's hard. I haven't taken Ozempic. But I heard it reduces your hunger, and I'm convinced that my hunger is insatiable, and it would not work for me.
Right?
Let's try it. Let's see.
Yeah,
we'll just hook you up to an Ozempic drip, and just see if you get the munchies or not.
I got a guy.
Yeah. Of course, Toolman does. Yeah, it's if you want to use it as a tool. Even if you look at, by the way, and I hate it when people out there, men who are bodybuilders or action stars who take steroids and lie about it. Like, remember The Rock? He's like, I touched it once in college and I was terrified.
Yeah,
right.
Sure,
so
you did.
You're 50 years old, 30 pounds of additional muscle and leaner than when you were 30.
Does that happen?
Yeah. How does that happen? No, I don't like that, obviously. But even with that being said, it is a tool. Someone like The Rock, someone like Arnold, they've had to put in a lot of work and a tool to reach supraphysiological doses of these anabolics or sort of superhuman-like physiques that occur nowhere in nature, you add anabolic steroids, but you add anabolic steroids to a lot of work. Now, you'll still gain muscle. You'll look better if you just take steroids and do nothing, but you won't look like The Rock. Right. You won't look like Arnold. You won't look like that Jack Reacher guy who also says that he doesn't do anything.
That's true.
So I don't like the lying on either side of it, but there's a difference between using something like this. And hey, you know what? Talk with your doctor. Maybe Ozempic is something that makes sense. I don't know. I have no experience with it. I don't know how bad the side effects are. My point is I'm not anti that. I'm anti-lying to people in order to make yourself feel better. And we've had that a lot. These people, and you can apply it across the board as far as mental health. Whatever prescription is offered by leftist celebrities, the opposite of that is the right thing to do. Go to therapy, and you've seen The Social Worker, right? In a recent Change My Mind. Well, who do you think dominates these fields? Go do this. You know what? Be a part of this kind of support group. It's probably a propaganda group. Hey, you know what? Be happy with your physique and love yourself no matter what size you are. Do the opposite of what they tell you, and you will probably be better off. It's not a hard and fast rule for everything. Generally speaking, they're simply trying to make you as miserable as they are. And make no mistake, these people are wealthy, they're famous, and they're miserable. How does that happen? A lifetime of bad choices, and it doesn't stop them from dispensing advice. So fat pride, officially dead, but better than these people dying, which is what was bound to happen.
Absolutely. Well, and I think too, like we've decoupled from this idea of shaming people and some kind of, I'm going to use the word bullying, not complete bullying, but like poking, like when I wore jeans that had the fleur-de-lis on the back.
Yes, I did make fun of
proper bullying that took place.
And those
but that came
shirts,
from a friend. That didn't come from a stranger. When it comes from a stranger, it's uncalled for.
Right.
Well, so yes and no, Josh. So here's the thing. So in school, it comes from strangers sometimes, people that are not necessarily your friends. We had a society that would encourage in different ways. And yes, sometimes that got out of control. And that was what we were trying to fix. Instead, we killed the entire thing. Right. And so now everything was fine and nobody could say anything about you, including doctors. You couldn't have a doctor tell you, hey, you need to lose some weight. Does that make any sense?
That's not bullying.
Was over. I'm not talking about. Yeah, but I'm not talking about just.
He's talking about the societal pressure to make fat pride accepted across the board, where doctors can't even go, hey, what's your, okay, so male and according to the chart, obese, like actually identify as a woman. Okay, and all bodies are beautiful. Whatever, there's a jar of pills, take whatever you want.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about like actual like bullying, like beating people up. I'm saying like the ribbing that you get from people. It's like the beginnings of bullying stages that we had, and they just killed all of it.
It's this simple. You don't insult people for being imperfect, okay? No. People are different. People come in all shapes and sizes. And by the way, there is a pretty significant variance in what can be considered healthy. That doesn't stop you from having the ideal. And that doesn't make you hypocritical. In other words, if you say, hey, that's probably how a man should look, or that's probably how a woman should look if they're considered the picture of health, it's not hypocritical to say, yeah, I agree with that, and I could stand to lose a few.
Yeah.
That's okay. Instead, we went to everything is equal, and it's not. It's not according to your blood work, your lipids, according to the blood pressure monitor. It is not according to your blood sugar levels. It is not all equal. And we were advising you, and I was constantly told that I was mean. I've never just gone after someone for being fat, but someone who has advocated for it deserves to be bullied, because them being bullied, them being made fun of is far better for young people out there who may, God forbid, actually take their advice.
Absolutely right on that.
Yeah. You can have an
they're
ideal.
They're influencing a whole culture.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
And it's the same thing, by the way, on the flip side.
There's responsibility to that. You have to be held accountable, for sure.
I can't tell you how many fake supplement companies out there where it's like, the guy goes, I take this and do this and you'll look like me. It's like, tell them about the trend that you're taking. How about that? How about that?
All I do is take this pill, and he's hitting the gym 6 days a week. Why don't you just say you're hitting the gym 6 days a week? That's great.
It's like I mentioned, hey, this Foundation Daily, it's the only other company that I own that I've started. It's a daily multivitamin. Will it help you lose 50 pounds? No. Will it make you look like a Greek god? No. It'll fill in the nutritional gaps and help your overall lipid profile, your heart, your brain, and if you have some aches and pains. And it's transparent, just like we are with the references. So I'm not going to make any of those promises, and anyone who does is lying to you.
But what if I took a whole bottle this morning?
You just have a really bad tummy ache.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the timer has started.
And you probably would die. Do we have anything they send in? Because I know the Epstein stuff is going on this morning. We have to get going, but we didn't plan another segment.
No. So we'll talk about something something in Mug Club here, but really quickly, Tim Pool's out today, so Real America's Voices, where we're going to send everybody here in about 5 or 6 minutes. On the Epstein thing right now, it looks like they are going to vote on that in the House. It does look like it's going to pass from all indications. We don't know for sure.
So they'll release everything?
Well, I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene was actually talking before we went live, doing the press conference on Capitol Hill with some of the survivors and showing pictures and everything else. And for all the battle that she has been in lately, she was basically saying, like, once this goes through the House, then the real battle starts there. So I think a lot of people are thinking, okay, if it goes through the House, and Mike Johnson said he's likely to vote for it. Obviously, Donald Trump has now come out and said he is for releasing those files.
He could just release them.
Well, they should. Whatever it is, it should happen.
He could just do it.
Yes.
So it does seem a lot like
and maybe
theater.
Republicans wanted this win. Maybe Mike Johnson and Trump got together and said, listen, we want to go and actually vote for this so people can see that we all wanted it.
That's a good point.
And then maybe if some Democrats don't want it or somebody doesn't, then you have a vote on record of them saying no. And they have to now defend that. So maybe there's some kind of political game being played right now.
Yeah, because then if Trump just releases it, then the left could say, well, despite Republicans' caution.
Well, and this is the thing, too. I was asked on Piers Morgan, which hopefully it doesn't get disrupted, because he asked me about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yesterday. And I said, well, look, and here's the problem with, right now people say MAGA is fractured, the right is fractured. It's far less fractured than the left, by the way. If you see what happened with the government shutdown, they were basically calling for the heads of those who caved in the government shutdown. But some people right now on the well, which Marjorie Taylor Greene am I talking to?
Yeah.
And the problem is when people take two sides, two positions on every issue, well, no matter which one you defend against or the one that you address, then they have a group of people blissfully unaware of the 180 that they've just taken, and they attack you. Am I talking to the Marjorie Taylor Greene who said, well, we can't just deport people because they have a construction company? Well, I disagree with that. I don't see how that's MAGA or put America first. That would seem antithetical to our principles. Or am I talking to the Marjorie Taylor Greene who I think 1 or 2 days later said we need to end H-1Bs? Well, I agree with that. The problem is these people take two sides of every issue. And if there's no consistency whatsoever, the through line is not far right and old guard, though there's some of that and people have grievances. The through line is clickbait. If you look at someone who takes positions completely antithetical to their previous position, and often, by the way, is accompanied with sourcing that is completely different than they would have used as a reference point before, that's someone who's chasing clicks, who goes, wait, what? H-1Bs. Whereas here, we caught a lot of flack when Elon Musk came out and supported H-1Bs, and Vivek supported H-1Bs and said, absolutely not, because I don't want us to look like India. Well, now you have some people who are on board with it. Great. Elon Musk, I'm glad that he purchased Twitter. I'm glad that he turned it to X. That's a win. H-1B position, not so much.
Yeah.
So which person am I talking to?
And I think we have a litmus test right now that is completely unreasonable. It's important to have this included among the factors when you're deciding on stuff, but it basically comes down to, did you take money from AIPAC or not? And every other opinion you hold, really, I'll either agree with or disagree with, dependent on that. And right now, Marjorie Taylor Greene has a lot of support from people because I think there's a $0 sign next to the AIPAC number for her. Same thing for Thomas Massie. And it's like, listen, I understand that that's important. We don't like AIPAC. Fine. Fantastic.
Of course I don't.
Does that mean she's right on not deporting people because she owns a construction company? Is that going to really skew your thinking for that? Let's stop with the Team Jersey crap that goes on within the party saying, well, she loves that issue and that means everything else is fine. That's not true. Donald Trump tweeted out something that I thought was mean about Thomas Massie. And I don't like Thomas Massie. And I said it. And I said, listen, that's bad Trump.
Yeah.
When you talk about him getting married 14 months after his wife passed away, it's ridiculous to bring up. Unless, of course, you're trying to say something specific, like he married an Israeli spy or something like that. Then say that.
Well, let me give you, I talked about this with Piers, a 5-point prescription, because a lot of people are going, who do I trust? I feel like I don't know now where to find the real news. 5 things to do. Okay. And the first 3 are the most important. Run people through this filter. Okay. Number 1, if you're a conservative, you have to believe that the greatest threat that we face in this country is the left. They just killed one of our prominent voices for talking, and they're still out there, by the way. We've had some close calls with every Change My Mind we've done. I have to go in with a team that I could take into Baghdad. It's ridiculous. The left is still out there. They still want you dead. So, number 1, this person, this commentator, this host, what have they done to defeat the left? We have clear examples. Scott Pressler, for crying out loud, changed the electoral map. Charlie Kirk would be an example of someone who obviously had a great grassroots organization. 2, what kind of a coalition can this person build without compromising fundamentals? For example, let's use Israel. I believe we should stop funding all sides to that war. That includes Israel. Stop the foreign aid. Stop sending weapons at discounted rates. Okay, I think that we have too many foreign entanglements, but I also think we should stop funding, for example, foreign aid to Syria, to Jordan, to Lebanon. Okay. That kind of a position, that's the position of the American people who elect Republican presidents. can this commentator, can this person build a coalition with that? If not, then they're not interested in winning the country. Let's take H-1Bs. Ben Shapiro, the fact that he defended it was unreal to me when 82% of the program is antithetical to the program. You just have to scrap the program. Yeah. H-1Bs, I think we need to stop it. We need to limit immigration until we figure this out. Can the old guard, Daily Wire, build a coalition with that? If not, then these people are basically serving leftist masters, and I believe that the left is a death cult. So, number one, like I said, what have they done to fight the left? Number two, what kind of coalition can they build? Number three, will these people show up and defend themselves to hostile viewpoints? Will they defend their positions? If they never do, that gives me pause. Here, points 4 and 5, kind of litmus tests. Can these people take positions at face value? Meaning, can this host or commentator hear a difference of opinion and not accuse them of being paid by Israel or accuse them of being paid by Qatar? In my experience, the people who lob that accusation first are often projecting. Not all the time. That's my experience. And 5, I would say, and everyone out there, I would ask that maybe we should write an official pledge. Are these people transparent on their sourcing, on their references? That's why we provide a bibliography every single show and have an admonish button. Right? You should know. You shouldn't have to take the word of the host for it. So, the 5 points. What have they done to defeat the left? Number 1. Number 2, what kind of a coalition can they build without compromising fundamentals? Will they show up? Will they defend their viewpoints? Will they engage in debate? Okay? Can they take a position at face value without baseless accusations? And 5, are they transparent with their references and or sourcing? Does that make sense? Is that a fair test to run people through to say, all right, I think this person is acting in good faith versus chasing clicks? Because that is what both sides are facing right now. We're kind of in a post-truth era, and I think that's a problem. But that's me, Mr. Old-Fashioned. So we're going to talk about, this Dine and Dasher, this food influencer who's Asian.